want to tell you a little bit about a lesson I have at Totally Guitars on the Eagles arrangement of Steve Young's song Seven Bridges Road. This came out on the Eagles album, the live album in 1980. And I'm not going to play any of it for you right now, but I'm going to show you the first segment because this is one of the ways we sometimes present lessons at Totally Guitars that are part of the Target program, where in the beginning you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing, and I just encourage you to listen to it and figure out. In the second segment, I play it slower and really, so you can hear everything a little bit clearer. And then we break it down. In the third segment, we go over what's really happening in there. The song does come with tablature and lyrics and the chord progression, all that kind of stuff. So by the end of the lesson, you know how to play the song. But in the beginning of the lesson, it's really to work on ear training. And we do have many of these lessons at Totally Guitars that we call work it out lessons. So you kind of have to listen and figure them out. Now, so a lot of times, I'm sure you're pretty good at looking at something and seeing and hearing what's happening. So we do these kind of blind. Music stand in the way or something like that. So it's a good learning tool and a great way to improve your ear training. Anyway, so here's the first segment of this. If you'd like to check out more of this or any of the close to 500 lessons that we have at Totally Guitars in the Target program, be sure to come visit us at TotallyGuitars.com and watch and listen. I bet if you have the hang of some general bluegrass strumming, you'll be able to figure it out just from watching this first segment. Recognize that sound, that chord, and some of the specifics that are unique to it? Well, we're going to take a look today at a song that is fairly easy to play, but is also fairly fast. So it's got some quick strumming in it. It's the Eagles' version of Seven Bridges Road. Now, this was a song written in about 10 years earlier. In 1969, it came out on an album by Steve Young, but a lot of people covered it. Rita Coolidge was the first one I heard do it back in the early 70s. And the Eagles then came out with this great 5-part harmony arrangement for their 1980 live album. So that's kind of what we're basing stuff on here. And what I'm going to do is play through it quickly first and play pretty much what I have in the tab. Don't print up the tab if you want to kind of take the ear training test on this, and see what you can come up with. So the first thing we're going to do here is just, again, listen to that chord, and hopefully you can identify it and come up with the best way to have it fingered on your guitar. And then here is the progression to the rest of the introduction. The song opens up with them just playing that chord, then they sing through the first verse. There Are Stars in the Southern Sky, instrumentally. Vocally, a cappella, not instrumentally, just singing. And then they play this. And then the song starts. Then they sing over the chord progression to what I would label verse 2, which goes like this. Now, 2 of those are a verse, and then they go into a bridge, kind of little just break on it, that sounds like this. And then they do the last verse, verse 3, a cappella again. So, a couple things about this. There are not very many chords involved, and in the next segment I'll play it slower. But we're going to mostly add in some little fills and stuff to these chords that don't have to go exactly the same way, but I have a couple of examples on the tab of what to do, or of things you can do. So anyway, Coming up, a slowed down version, but if you have it from there, good for you. If not, more clues coming up. Seven Bridges Road.